Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's King Robo. We're back with some more WWE 2K23, my factions. Today, we're going to be going over the pack, which is the Danger Zone, and seeing which one of the cards out of this is good and which ones are pretty bad. I'm pretty sure you can agree with me, you already know which ones are pretty bad, as we take a look at the sets themselves. So let's jump on in here. I already have a couple of them already, as you already seen. The rewards for getting these aren't really great because there are no players for this one, of course. But if we look at them all in order, you already know silver, gold, like they're maybe better than the counterparts like the Usos. Like they're better than the what you would get in the Superstar Series pack. But if you look at maybe the Emeralds here and the Sapphires, they're a little bit better. So let me go into which ones I think might be fun to use or just might be better by badges. Maybe the stats I can't really look at, but it depends. Okay, first up is Chad Gabriel. Emerald 72. You can only equip 2 side plates, resilience basically for the payback, and his stats are basically beginner base stats. Everybody's gonna have like not so great stats at the beginning. I've already said this like a million times in my head, but you can see some stats are like in the 80s. He looks a little fast to me. Of course, he does have a submission in his arsenal, which we're gonna get into right now, as one of the main badges last year that was, I'm assuming, most of the community's favorite, which is Space Invader. Seeing like a B was fun for me because you could hit somebody with a combo if you don't get reversed, and they would go down or get stunned in like maybe 2.5 combos, depending on how much damage the card was doing. But since these are low tier cards, it'll take a little while before I guess you stun them really quickly, but you do more increased damage with the Sting Like a Bee. Rage from taking heavy damage, but that's going to be like late game. Space Invader for him is pretty good, like I said. So if you get them in the finisher, which is one of his submissions, it'll do some damage. As long as you're working on that limb too. Alright, next up is Matt Riddle. Emerald 72, again like Chad. His stats are, how can I put this? They're all below a certain number that's pretty low, with certain stats like his recovery is okay. What else is pretty good on here? Stamina. So he can go for a little bit without running out of stamina really quickly, but he still is. Most of the other stats are like in the 60s, going into the 70s. Most of the important ones doesn't really matter because it's hard to tell, because a lot of the cards again are basically around this same range of numbers. The finisher looks okay, I'll take that, but that's not really why I'm looking at his card here. Is that he's a striker for one, of course, and Slippery Eel, I guess that's okay. It helps kick out more easier. I switched it to mash. I can't do the flick. But the one thing that I seen on this card that caught my attention was heavy-handed, mixing that with all the answers, and then putting that in with energetic opportunist. So let's say for reference, you end the combo, you stun your opponent more easier, and then all of a sudden, when you stun them, you enter beast mode. And then after that, let's say they get out of it, you continue throughout the match, and then all of a sudden, you start reversing like crazy in your opponent, because I'm basing this more online, and you get the stun on them, and you enter back into beast mode. That's something you could really look at on a better card, but it's pretty good for him, especially a striker. Next up is EO Sky, 73, and overall higher than the men. I guess if you're just going with the packs, again, if you get the points by just playing, and you get lucky to pull one of these wrestlers, you can put them in. But if you get tokens, there are better wrestlers in the token market right now, I think, that are pretty much better, because I picked up some, so I'm gonna go over that in the next part. But right now, let's say if you just pulled her and you want her in your team. From the looks of her stats, she has the agility, finisher, they're above like a little bit of 70, but she's more of like the flying based game where you're just jumping off the top rope with a little bit of arm power mixed in, because her badges are quick climber and dive bomber. They basically evolve around her just diving and dropping on people. I don't think you're going to get away with that online, because if you're going against somebody that's good, they're going to reverse that like insanely crazy much, like a lot. Quick recovery. I don't know about, getting knocked down to the mat and stunned, especially when the badge has that crappy color to it right there. I feel like it might not work unless it's like a higher tier of the quick recovery, then maybe. So yeah, her card's okay, not perfect. X-Pack, Emerald 73, like Sky. They're both high flyers, but the problem is, I guess for him, his movement speed is pretty good. It's like in the 80s, agility's in the 80s, so you're going to be able to move with him, kind of. Recovery's okay. Special's actually pretty good for this wrestler, and his finisher is actually a little high there out of everybody in the pack. Everything else is abysmal besides the range of how you can dive off the rope. Now when we go into the badges, it looks like the only thing I see which would look important to me would be gaining the special when you reverse an opponent's attack, because when you hit that special, you get that finisher. Also, when you're entering in tank mode after taking heavy damage, that's to me late game when you're getting really beat down. Dive bomber, you can combine that with just diving off the rope. Quick recovery is like an upgrade from what Sky had, so I guess would perform a little bit better. But still, if they get you down, and considering he's a high flyer, you're staying down. If it's online, just saying. These are just my opinions. Next up, we got Alba, which is in the Sapphire tier, 77. Her stats are actually a little bit better, of course, since it's a higher tier. Finisher and specials really good. The one thing I noticed about this, I'm going to get into in a second, is that her agility is a little bit on the low side. Recovery's okay for this card. Movement speed, I wish it was in the 70s. Stamina 72. And I noticed the strength is pretty good, not bad. She is a striker, of course. She has high stats in the reversal game, so that's pretty good. And I noticed that her jumping range is 77. Really wouldn't want to use that for that, but if you want to dive off with her, you can. We go to the badges real quick. She has two good ones here. Pain Train, increase running attack damage, which a lot of people, if you're going against a person, loves running at their opponent. And increasing movement speed for swiftness. Next is Merciless Opportunist, which increases damage dealt to stunned opponents. So if you get them in the stunned state, just wail on them, hit them with some grapple moves on the mat, pick them up, hit them with something strong. It'll do a lot of damage. That one's always okay. Dirty Trickster, attacking damage to red limbs, deals more stun. So late game, those two work perfectly together. I would say if they're already red, if you're dealing with the head, body, arms, or legs, just keep attacking them, and also increases the damage for the other badge, allowing you to do a lot more. So when you hit them with the finisher, you might not be able to kick out. Okay, next up is Diesel, Sapphire 78. We're going up to the top 3 best cards here. What I noticed about his card is that big guys, which are pretty tall, usually are the ones that people would use the most because they're annoying to take down if someone accidentally goes into a match with a high flyer that really much can't do a lot in a match against them. Well, if the person's smart with the giant. He has good leg power, good arm power, grapple offense is pretty good, running offense is good. Let's see. His body durability is pretty good, so if you try to slam this guy and you're using another big guy, it's going to take a while to start hitting them with that damage. His strength is pretty high, of course, he's a big man. Finisher and special is okay. Recovery is on the small side there, I don't know, but he is very slow, as you can see from the stats there. Now, his badges are all over the place. He has a really crappy Space Invader. Heavy-handed is pretty good, so you can hit him with like those combos, get him down and stunned very fast, so you can just start slamming them. Endurance, escaping the pin, recovers a small amount of damage. That one I really don't like because it doesn't really do much. You already know the tank mode after taking heavy damage, late game. That's if someone gets the upper hand on you, it could work, but it all depends. So his card to me, if you want to cheese your opponent, you get lucky and they have someone smaller, yeah, he's fun to use. He's a big guy, of course. For me, I don't know. I feel like the next guy might be a little bit better. Okay, Montez Ford, final top tier card of this pack, Sapphire 78. His special and finisher is 77, so it's kind of even. Recovery, agility, and stamina is pretty high, so this guy can move. The speed of the 77 is to be desired. I wish it was like 80, but it's still good. His durability around the body is okay. Arm, kind of weird. Why would anybody? Depends. If someone's diving, I guess the reversal on them, you can counter it, which is pretty good. Strike is decent. Always got to pay close attention to that. But his diving offense and range is pretty high in the 80s, mid and late 80s. You also have the running offense at 77, leg power and arm power in the 70s. This card is decently really good. If you pull him, put him in your team if you want high flyers, or if you're just a fan of him. Sting like a bee, always pretty good. It increases the damage of attacks, so of course if he's fast and you can get off the combos, get him off, because he also has heavy-handed. I wish the badge was a higher tier, because those two combine for me. And then you got the Merciless Opportunist, increases damage to stunned opponents, that also combine together. And then you have Swiftness, he's already fast, which that also increases his speed. This card is really good. So, like I said, if you get lucky, put him in if you want. Alright, now that we already looked at the cards and what they might be good at and what they can do the best and what cards are the best or the worst in the packs, now we're just going to sit here. I got some points. Yeah, I know, don't kill me. We're going to open some packs, see if we get lucky to pull some of these good cards or the really bad ones. The rewards is a banner, icon, and logo. Not the greatest. I wish there was a player, but I mean, I wish it was a wrestler, not a player. Got the basketball on my mind. Let's jump on in here and open up these packs. I went ahead and took the liberty to just purchase the packs. I got a small amount, so of course we're only going to have enough for 7. If we went out here and paid a lot more, we would have got more packs, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm just showing off what the odds can be. Oh, there we go. We got one. Is it gonna be Fry? Is it gonna be Diesel? Ford? It could be anybody. Let's see. And it's Montez Ford. He was lucky enough to pull the top guy. I feel like the odds on the wrestling aspect of a My Team mode has better odds than basketball. If you guys play NBA 2K, geez, you know what I mean. Those odds are bad. Even if you're spending points you're earning games, they're just really bad. Let's keep it going. Okay, we got a Chad Gabriel. Three dupes so far, but we got a bonus wrestler in the pack. I guess they're starting this early. That's kind of cool. Wow, we got two dupes in that one. Not good. And we got our final pack, got a Sapphire in. Crazy. Hopefully it's not a dupe and we can get one of the other two. I would like Frey. I wouldn't mind just putting her in for the women. Let's see. Who's it gonna be? So, as you can see, we have almost everybody. We're missing a couple. We didn't get all the undesirable wrestlers at the bottom of the tier of the list, but we was fortunate to get some of the top tier ones. Alba and Montez Ford. Sadly, we didn't get Diesel, but maybe if we get a free pack or whatever, we might get him out of it. It depends. So what I'm going to do is, I want to test out the top card that I think is the best out of it, which is Ford, in a match. Let's see if we can get a win.
A superstar like John Cena, obviously his reputation precedes him. There's a reason he's called Big Match John.
Yeah, there is no such thing as a small match when Cena's involved. The lights are even brighter, the WWE Universe is even louder, and the intensity is off the charts. It is all a spectacle, courtesy of one man, and his name is John Cena.
Cena clearly focused and ready for this big match to really get underway.
But don't let the charming smile of Montez Ford fool you into thinking he's an easy target. Ford is one of the most fiercely competitive superstars here in WWE. He loves to take on new challenges and prove that he can rise to the occasion.
An admirable trait to have, but if Montez wants to reach such big aspirations, he's going to have to fully focus on the ring instead of planning after parties.
He's trying to intimidate his opponent one more time, but he's got to strike soon. The man many consider the greatest of all time playing to the crowd. He leaves the ring, but he could lose this match by countout.
Nice running crossbody. He foiled that attempt. Oh, God.
Looking at this matchup, what do you think could be that special X factor for Montez Ford?
An unsung asset of Ford's is the guy's faith in himself. The way Ford refuses to ever give up and keeps pushing himself throughout a match is just incredible. As long as Ford believes he's got a fighting chance, I do too.
Body slam.
Oh, the reversal by Cena.
Nice counter. Turned that into a crushing backbreaker.
Oh my, a jumping DDT. Absolutely planted.
And he sends him into the corner.
Whack! Oh, God.
And he's able to reverse.
Good defense.
Bring it back with their own counter.
Reversal on top of reversal. Ooh.
What now?
Inverted vertical suplex.
And the smile being wiped right off Ford's face there.
Yeah, Cena came prepared for a big fight, and he's really bringing it now.
Super kick! Gosh! Able to capitalize on Ford's mistake.
These two trading counters and an absolute masterclass.
Uh-oh. About to hit rock bottom. Cena stays off the attack.
And a punch. Oh, what a counter.
Back and forth, looking for the advantage here.
Clothesline.
Nice running crossbody. Ooh.
That turns it around for Montez.
Prying their opponent's arm out. Carefully measured double stomp. Ooh.
Montez Ford getting ready. From the top. Elbow drop.
Oh, it's a piercing elbow.
For years, you want some? Come get some. He has a task at hand, but prefers to be showboating right now. Taking it outside the ring now. He's back into the ring, and we just saw some serious offense. And that was a hell of a maneuver there, guys. Great wherewithal on the counter. And that cuts Cena right off. Placed into the corner. Montez Ford, little rolling thunder.
Rolling thunder frog splash. Montez tapped into his power for that one.
Five-star frog splash.
Montez Ford, I think it's over.
Oh my God, did you see that? Kick out at one.
Heavens, Ford with the frog splash. Cena's in trouble. Cena's in trouble.
Oh, and he just kicked out.
You can't deny Cena's penchant for the dramatics. Probably one of the closest 2 9/10 counts I've ever seen.
As incredible as that was, I don't think Montez Ford is going to take time to dwell on it.
Now's the time to find that second win. Find that rush of adrenaline to push you forward.
Jumping DDT.
All right. Ooh.
Cena here's the cover for the win. Wards off the pin at 2.
This is no time.
He's going for the pin. This could be it.
Oh!
And kicks out before the refs count.
How'd he do that? He gets out of the way.
Uh-oh.
about to hit.
Rock bottom. Is it enough? The cover. Kicks out.
What do you have to do to put this guy away?
Oh, impressive counter. And he's taking this to the outside now. Okay, already, we get it. Stop looking for adulation from the crowd and get back into the fight.
An all-timer like Cena, not afraid to let his competition know what he thinks of him.
Turned it all around to hit the backbreaker.
Counters on counters, technical prowess on display. Stopped them in their tracks with a kick to the gut. He went right into that turnbuckle. Sent out of the corner, keep your eyes on Montez Ford. Rolling Thunder frog splash.
Heading up, he's thinking big.
He wants it one more time.
5-star frog splash from Ford.
Will Ford take advantage?
That's it.
And that's game.
Gets the win.
He's actually really fun to use. Feels a little different from last year. So yeah, that's the set there of the Danger Zone. If you guys enjoyed this one, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna do more of these, so when the packs come out, I'll let you guys know what I think might be good, what could be usable, and what you can have fun with. Until next time, peace.